So we're going to go through some exercises today to test you. Watch the yawn. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop. We're going to yawning will be off limits. Why? Because this journey is going to go take you to Harvard now. In the old school, it was okay to be comfortable. Comfortable means that your flesh, listen, has rule over you. So if you have an itch, what does your flesh want you to do? Ladies, men have become unattractive because they had an itch and they scratched in the wrong places. It was not what? Appropriate. Are you clear? Our men, ladies were cute until their finger went in their nose because it itched. But they scratched it in an inappropriate time. Do you understand? Do you hear what I'm saying? It was nothing wrong with that. The flesh said, scratch because there is an itch. Now listen to the word I'm going to give you. I want you to really get this. The nature of all human organisms is to pursue balance of internal pressure called equilibrium. Homeostasis. Good, Richard. So all living organisms seeks a balance. So when you're hungry, you get off the couch to go get food. Why? Because you're out of balance. Are we clear? That's called cathexis. Pursuing an unfulfilled desire. Are y'all still with me? Talk to me if you don't get it. Cathexis is a term, you don't have to know it, but just understand its intent. It's that when I'm out of balance, I move in order to pursue an unfulfilled desire. Now I want you to get that, taste it for a moment. An unfulfilled desire can be defined as frustration. Frustration is defined as a barrier to your goal. Are you clear? And so you will continue to move until you become back in a what? Back into homeostasis, because it's our nature to always be pursuing balance of internal pressure. But, now this is the key I want you to get as we go forth in this journey of pain. Your discomfort is what makes you move. Now come on. Because if you weren't uncomfortable, you would stay in what? Which is called peace, which is called flatlining, which is called death. Are you hearing me? So to be a good athlete, Monte, you have to run to what? Suffering. So when you go to the gym, I'm assuming you go to the gym. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Now you could have shouted it out. And when you go to the gym, the assignment is that you are to make your muscles what? Comfortable or uncomfortable? Because in their state of discomfort, they grow. Are we clear? And so it is with your life. You've been cursing your discomfort. But your discomfort is for you to grow. And if you will embrace your discomfort and push it off you, you will grow new muscle. Are y'all tracking with me? And so the reason I gave Rebecca this pen to take from me is that in her struggle to take it, she was building what? And by her victory, each victory, she would build greater and greater or trust that there would be a way of escape for her. Are y'all hearing me? Who After Jesus had waited 30 years, who drove him into the wilderness for testing? For what? For what? Drove him for 40 days of fasting so that he would build and know who he was. For testing. Why else would he go through? Because you and I will be tested. So there's no shortcuts. I want you to say no shortcuts. If you're comfortable, you ain't growing. You may be living off the fat of your past or the fat of someone else's past, what your mama did, your daddy did, somebody else who did, and you eating on their fat. But if you're going to grow, you're going to have to go through some suffering. If you're going to play football, you've got to get prepared to get hit. If you're going to really want to play, you want to get hit often to make lots of yards. You don't want to sit on the bench with a clean uniform. When I was playing, if you didn't play, you picked your nose, you made yourself bleed. Because it's shameful to go into the locker room with no blood. Are y'all hearing me? That means you didn't play. Now this journey, I'm saying God is looking for warriors. And this is a season for war. You see it all around you in the world. ISIS is warring. And I tell you, boy, I have an admiration for Oregon and those young people that stood up and took a bullet. Y'all know the story? They asked them if you were Christian. They could have said no, crossed their legs, crossed their fingers. And each one that saw them go down the line said yes. They took a bullet rather than deny Christ. That's passion. Are y'all hearing me? And so this journey, I'm saying God says he's burning off the dross. If you're going to be great, you're going to have to go through something, and you're going to have to go with it with your head up and ready to fight. And so this journey we're going to talk about today, by understanding that this journey you and I are going to go through is you're going to be driven out of your comfort zone. You're going to go through frustration. A frustration we decide is a barrier to your goal. So when you say I'm frustrated, what you're just saying is I have not reached homeostasis. I haven't found it yet. And when you find it, you won't stay long. Because just as God asked me, what have you done for me lately? It's time to pick up your bags now and move to another higher level. Got it? So wherever you are, it's time to grow because you're still here. And you may be thinking too small. And it ain't too late. And the fight is, don't get tired. And so Vertical Leap is about keeping you and making you tired for these hours so that you won't quit, go to sleep, give up like you did on your marriage, like you did on jobs, like you did on the last thing you said you would do. You got tired and your flesh made you quit. Now stop blinking. Stop blinking. Blink. You see, you were able to override your blinking. This subconscious mind has had the function of keeping you stable in balance, even without your permission. Stop breathing. Breathe. It wasn't you conscious that was breathing. It was this subconscious mind that is like the autopilot to your body, that its function is to keep you in balance of internal pressure. But you, the part of you that I want to begin to talk to today, has the capacity to override it. And that's why this is called a discipline, meaning to delay your gratification of the subconscious mind, a discipline seminar. It's to force you to do yourself the flesh doesn't want you to do. Because the flesh wants you to stay comfortable. called comfort zone. Now let's put up comfort zone so you'll see it. It's in your manual, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. And so the definition of a comfort zone is our thoughts and actions which we feel comfortable. Are you there? Some of us feel comfortable being angry all the time. Some of us feel comfortable being victims all the time. And so our whole life has been blaming other people for our own choices. And that makes you feel what? Comfortable. And so this journey begins by understanding comfort zone. What is your name again? Johnny? Johnny, thank you. Johnny, you did something right then that I was so proud of. Johnny and I know exactly what he did. And Johnny, excellent. You're getting it, sir. Johnny caught it. Johnny thought nobody saw it, but he just demonstrated his brand. He caught it. Are y'all hearing me? Do you catch you? Or do you wait for other people to catch you? So if you're waiting for me to catch you, you're just a logo. But when you catch you, you're saying, I'm working on my brand. Are y'all hearing me? And this journey begins by understanding this word called introspect. That's the ability to see yourself thinking. That you have such a capacity to be conscious that you can observe yourself before it becomes a reality. You observe yourself now. You taste the moment before it becomes a fact. What will be the end of my decision? And this is where we're getting ready to go. Am I talking kichi? And if you want to be great, you're going to have to think like great people. People that are great, they think chess. They don't think checkers, one moment of move at a time. They look at in-moment movements. And most of us have just been playing, oh, I'm just being me. I'm just keeping it real. No, you're not. You're failing. Because people are not, they've seen your move down the pack. They've already predicted your behavior. That's why when you go to the polls, they can tell you who's going to win by who the leaders, the choices that have been made upline by leadership, because they know most of us will be yes people. Now this journey is to wake up, that we can take dominion over this thing called me. Got it? My, through the Spirit. And so with that, we're saying we're going to choose to be uncomfortable. Your comfort zone keeps you from your purpose. Many think the comfort zone is the voice of God. However, the comfort zone takes the greatest aspirations and turns them into excuses not to be great. I don't feel like it. I'm tired. Understanding the comfort zone, the thoughts and actions in which we feel what? Comfortable. Comfort zone turns desires to excuses. Repeat. Fear, guilt, unworthiness, last paragraph. Hurt feelings. These are tools that have kept us in the comfort zone. We can use these feelings to set us free, or they can use us. Go to the next. I'm just trying to excite you to want to read this, because I did a lot of work in putting this together. Feelings can keep us bound in comfort zone. If you do not consciously expand our comfort zone, it will contract or shrink up. No different than muscles. I used to have them. I really did. Do you hear what I'm talking about? Past tense. I used to, but if you don't use them, what would they do? They shrink up. Yes, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. I have a question. Could you please elaborate on the comfort zone? Many think the comfort zone is the voice of God. Could you please elaborate on that?
What we're saying is that when we're talking about the voice of God, we think God wants us to be comfortable. The sweet words like we use are sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus. Whenever I'm, oh God, help me, sweet. Rather than staying there having all these cramps, he makes, oh sweet Jesus, take the cramp away. Sweet Jesus, help me. I want to stay comfortable, lay down and still be shrinking up and my muscles tightening up. He may send you people like Derek and Sophia and say, Coach, you and Hattie need to go take a walk. To be what? Uncomfortable. So that you can learn to be what? Comfortable. Did you understand what I just said? Sometimes we think that we're not supposed to do anything, that we're just to wait and therefore shrink. And so we think that our lack of effort And waiting on God is doing nothing. Now, to master the comfort zone, we must learn to be uncomfortable. The psychological basis of comfort zone begins in our childhood. As children, we're less capable to survive. Therefore, more rules are applied. Don't, stop, wait. More rules and restrictions are applied. We receive 25 negative words to only one positive one. All of these words that are, get down from there, stop, don't move, be still, all of those are desired to protect us. But they also keep you from growing. They keep us from taking risks and learning how far we can go to the left, how far we can go to the right, all of it to keep you safe. Don't go into the water because there are sharks out there. You'll get bitten and now you don't know how to swim. But all of it was well intended was because Mama didn't know how to swim. Mama had just seen the movie Sharks. Jaws, okay. And so now she doesn't want her baby to be eaten by Jaws. Are you clear? And now you've got all of these fears built in, negatives, and yet you've stopped your process of growing. Now let's go to the next real quick. Parents control children through fear. Fear is expressed through discipline, spanking, guilt. All of these are to keep us, in most cases, safe. All of these will lead to discouragement and reinforcement of your comfort zone. Shame on you. I told you not to go into the water. Shame. Guilt. And now those are filed away, and we're suffering from those words that have been launched in us at an early age. And now we're still feeling shame to do things that at 40 and 30 and 20 you're fully capable of achieving and doing. Are we clear? Comfort zone. And so we've got, let's go to the next one, which is the real one I want you to read on your own. Constraints that keeps us, how to redefine those old processes. I want you, that's going to be your homework tonight. Any questions on what we just talked about, comfort zone? My comfort zone, since I'm being transparent again, my comfort zone is to get an operation on my knee. Everybody says an operation will have you comfortable. But yet I preach, trust God. And I believe God can heal my body. I'm teaching on belief. The comfort would be getting through the pain, and one of my challenges is trusting God's word for healing. Are you hearing me? Now that's my journey. What's yours? You see, I can be the logo and teach it, or I can be the brand and continue to move and act upon trusting God in the manifestation of expectancy and doing the right things. Are you clear?